Good afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon, the 31st of July. Getting ready to go out and do a little patrolling and a little maintenance work. We've got a fire engine 602 we want to do a little work on and different things, but just before I head out, I thought I'd give you a little heads up about what's going on. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Unfortunately, we've got some sustained winds about 10 to 20. They've died off right now, but fire activity is really coming up. I'll show you what's going on, and I'm sure take a few more clips throughout the afternoon. So God bless you. Keep us in your prayers, and we'll let you know what's going on around here. Now the camera's just sitting on the back of the pickup, so before I take off from home, that's looking towards the east, upriver, Payette, South Fork of the Payette. And you can see there's underneath there's some heat buildup. There's some pretty intense burning going on underneath that. In fact, I don't know that you can see it in the video, but there's quite a bit of black smoke in the bottom of that, which reveals some heavier fuel burning. Unfortunate, of course, it's trees. Anyway, it is in the burning period. It will be through the next 3 or 4 hours for sure, at least 5 or 6 more than likely. Most assuredly, it's just too hot to be otherwise. So anyway, that's headed east, and one of the only good things about that is that sooner or later it'll run into the rocks in the wilderness area. The winds have just come up behind me again, pretty much due east. So here we go. Second clip for today is looking back to the southwest. See that furthest little smoke coming up there, which is not a little smoke, but that's up in the head of Rock Creek, and we really don't want it to come down that canyon. They're trying to keep it from coming down the canyon, and also it's any further progression to the north, which would be drive it into the river canyon here, downriver from us, down that way. Probably hook that fire and bring it on up the river. So it's pretty important that this doesn't travel to the north or any further down this little canyon in the Rock Creek drainage, which would be from the south west coming down towards the northeast. Pretty important. Anyway, we'll keep you updated as we can. This is the little canyon I was telling you about, Rock Creek drainage. I just stopped here because I see looked like a lead plane. It could have been a small single engine tanker, but I don't know, it might have been a lead plane, and I'll listen for a minute. We might get some good footage of a big aircraft coming by here. If I do, I'll turn it back on. Yeah, there's a tanker right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see him, but probably going to be dropping too far away to get any good shot of it. There, on this right hand side, that way would be due north. I'm looking more or less due east right now. And unfortunately, where I'm standing, the wind's coming out of the southeast. You can see it kind of standing that smoke back up. It was headed to the southeast itself, and now it's, I think, being pushed back the other direction. Some heavy burning here right on the northwest portion of the fire, right where we don't want it. This is in the head of Rock Creek, and you can see over behind those trees there, middle of the frame now, that there's some heavy burning going on behind them as well. And you can see where right at the mouth of the Rock Creek Canyon at the Highway 21, and that's what's going on about 3:45 in the afternoon right now. So it's just about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday the 31st again, and you can see there's some huge fire activity here. I'm not going to try to scold people, but you know, there's a certain amount of people say this should never happen, and I agree in many sorts of ways, but when you see something like this, folks, you can't put people out in front of it. It's impossible today, and it's been impossible through years gone by. That's ugly, and it's hot. It's devastating. They tell me the kids these days, and I guess before I go any further, I'll tell you it's still Sunday afternoon, just about 4:15 now. The kids nowadays, when you get some pretty good fire activity, that it's getting pretty sporty. And this is sporty times 10. It's really burning across a wide front. That's back in Rock Creek, and on towards Pilot Peak in behind it, that away. That's directly facing towards Jackson Peak, and the Sawtooth beyond. I think that smoke laying down there towards the end is just smoke, but on the far side of Banner Ridge here, there's fire, and that's for sure. You see right in the center of this, pretty good activity going on underneath there. I'm going to go up and work on engine 604 a little bit, one of our structure engines. We'll update you again a little more. You might be able to hear the wind in the microphone, I don't know, but it's blowing pretty steady, probably about 20 miles an hour, 15 at least. Here we are back at the mouth of Rock Creek, Highway 21. That's not good. It's burning hot in this little canyon. There had been these two columns coming up out of there, two littler columns. Looks like they're about to grow together. I showed you that one, and one was probably on one side of the creek and the other on the other side of the creek, and well, that other one's still poking over there quite a ways. They haven't grown together yet. That's a bummer. A little view of what's going on now. You know how well you can see the trees swaying in the breeze. They are. Combination of everything, of course, is creating some pretty good fire. You can see what these little bushes and little trees right beside me are doing. Well, I can't imagine, but I keep thinking I'm going to run out of spectacular footage to show you, but back down here, kind of in the middle of downtown Lowman, Idaho, I'm out here alongside my place, and this is just burning.